What's up, y'all? I'm back. I know I was gone for a while. I took a little break off of YouTube or whatever, but now I'm back. And today I'm going to be doing a finals preview. And I know, like the NBA Finals, the matchup isn't confirmed just yet. It's the Thunder in the finals versus whoever comes out of the Knicks Pacers series, which actually ends today, later today. So when this video comes out, that series might be over by now, or maybe it's going to a game 7. I'm not sure. But I'm going to do a preview of the finals with the Thunder going against each of their potential matchups, with that being the Knicks and the Pacers. So let's get right into it. So let's just start off with the Pacers because they're more likely to win since they were already up 3-1 and now they're going to game 6. And I actually think they are probably going to close it out in game 6 because their last performance against the Knicks where they got blown out was one of their worst offensive performances ever. And that was the first time in the playoffs that they scored below 100 points, and Tyrese Halliburton had like 8 points and he played horribly. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's something normal for the Pacers, and I think they're going to come out much better, especially Holly. I think he's going to play much better. But it's a different story when you're going against the Thunder. The Thunder are a historical team. You know what I'm saying? They got 68 wins in the regular season. Historical defense, number 1 defense in the league. Great offense carried by the MVP Shea. And I think the Thunder, they have a lot of things to throw at the Pacers. Like, I think they can slow down their offense. You know what I'm saying? I think they can probably hold them down below 100 points a lot in this series. They can definitely contain Halliburton with all their perimeter defenders. Like, I think they might put, depending on who they start, they might put like Caruso or Lou Dort on Holly, and I think that would really overwhelm him. And then even if he does get in the paint, a lot of times he's overwhelmed by the defense and doesn't like go up straight up for the layup. He might pass it out or like dribble back out. And especially with Chet roaming around in the paint, iHeart roaming around in the paint, he's definitely I don't think he's going to get a lot of paint touches in there, and he might not even get all the way to the paint considering the perimeter defenders. Like, their entire starting 5 are two-way players. And then I'd even mention OKC's offense. Like, their offense isn't as good as their defense, but it's pretty good. Like, it's led by Shea. He's the best scorer in the league right now. He averaged 33 in the regular season. He's been doing amazing in the playoffs. And I definitely trust him to perform against the Pacers. They have mediocre defense. It's good defense, and they use great game plans to make the defense better. But it's not the best. They have a few good key like defenders, like Benedict Mathurin or Aaron Nesmith, that really help boost their defense. Sometimes Miles Turner could be on, but their defense isn't great overall. It's really due to their chemistry and game planning. So maybe they can like slow down Shea to a certain extent, but I don't think Shea is really going to be stopped that much. And then especially shooting variants, if they have a really good shooting game, the Thunder that is, they can really blow out the Pacers. Like a good shooting game on top of their great defense, which won't go away. They'll probably have great defense every game in the series. Like, there's no variance to defense. Like, you're always going to play great defense if you have it. So if they're shooting well and playing good defense on the Pacers, I don't think Indiana has a chance at all. And that's probably going to slow down. I'd even mention Siakam. So for Siakam's matchup, I think they're actually going to put a wing on him. I don't think they'll put Chet. I think they'll still have Chet like roaming around in the paint. They might put a big, strong wing, maybe J-Dub. J-Dub might guard Siakam, and that might be his assignment for this series. I'm not sure yet, but either way, I don't think Tyrese and Siakam are going to have the best series ever. As I've been talking about this whole time, they have a historical defense, and they have exactly the right tools to slow them down. Miles Turner has been having a pretty good playoff run. He's been doing pretty good against the Knicks, and he's been like torching the bigs he's been going against. He even did pretty good in the Cavs series, and the closeout game against the Cavs. Actually, he did great against Jared Allen, and a lot of people were like complaining like, oh, Jared Allen should be stopping Miles Turner or whatever. But I think the Thunder, like, I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. I think the Thunder have exactly the right tools to slow down Miles Turner, and especially like Miles Turner's not a huge threat, and he's not like the number one thing they're focused on. So I think they'll definitely keep him in check. But if we're going on the Pacers side and what they have to offer, They definitely need Halliburton to be a threat as a scorer. If he's not a threat as a scorer and he's only passing and he's too passive and not really looking for his own shot, I don't think they have a chance at all. I think Holly at least needs to average 20 points. Without that, I really don't think they have a chance because, like, unless Siakam's carrying and scoring like 40 every game, with Holly dropping 8 points on they're not even going to be close to the Thunder. So yeah, I think that needs to go good for them. I think they need to have really good role player games, like maybe an Andrew Nembhard game or another Aaron Nesmith game like we saw in the Knicks series when he was hitting all those six threes in the fourth quarter or whatever, carrying them to that win. I think they're definitely, a lot of the role players are going to have to contribute. They're going to have to play amazing defense and throw a bunch of different coverages at SGA. They're going to have to try a lot of things to slow him down to a certain extent. We know you can't really stop Shea, but they're going to have to do their best, especially considering that they're not the greatest defense of all time. So they're going to have to try a lot of things. They're probably going to double him, maybe even triple him on some plays. They're going to have to press him when he passes half court. It's not going to be hard to limit threes because I was saying the OKC Thunder aren't a great three-point shooting team, and they don't really shoot a lot of threes, especially not Shea, so they won't really have to worry about three-pointers that much. But they are going to have to plan. They're going to have to make a smart defensive plan to slow down the Thunder because there's a lot of things that goes into their offense that can easily mess up the Pacers. So yeah, I think if the Pacers and Thunder do play in the finals, that OKC will probably win at 5. I was thinking 6 before, but now that I'm talking about it out loud, I'm gonna go 5. I don't think the Pacers really have much to throw at the Thunder. But the reason I was thinking 6 is because I've been doubting the Pacers this whole playoff run, and they've continued to prove me wrong. Every series except for the Bucks series, the Cavs and the Knicks series, I've betted against the Pacers. And I've been wrong each time. The Pacers are probably going to win this series. They won the last series against the Cavs. I didn't think they had a chance to get against the Cavs. They had a historical season for them or whatever, but they still beat them in 5 actually. So I wasn't trying to doubt the Pacers, but I still got the Thunder in 5. And if something goes differently in the series, that's on me, I guess. But yeah, I will have OKC in 5 in that situation. So now let's move on to the Knicks series. Okay, so for the Knicks, I think the Knicks have a better chance of beating the Thunder, even though the Pacers might be a better team than the Knicks, especially if you're basing it off of this series. But Knicks versus Thunder, I think they're a better matchup for the Thunder because they have really great perimeter defenders. So the Knicks defense overall isn't amazing, seeing as though they have Jalen Brunson at point guard and Cat at center, who are both defensive liabilities, but they have great perimeter defenders. They have Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges, and I think they can do a good job, or a decent job, I should say, against Shea, doing the best they can, honestly. And then on the offensive side of the ball, they have 2 great scorers who we were just talking about, Cat and Brunson. I think they can do a lot to carry the Knicks offense, especially Brunson. He's one of the best playoff scorers in the NBA right now. He consistently drops 30 points in the playoffs. He can even go off for 40 sometimes. And I think you definitely would need that against the Thunder. And the Thunder have great defense, as I've been saying this whole time. But I think Brunson can play through the great defense. Of course, he'll be slowed down to a certain extent, but he's one of those scorers where you can't really stop him completely. He won't be shut out for a whole series regardless of who he's going against. Even going against the Thunder, I think he'll still have a solid series. He might have a few stinkers here and there, but I don't think he's going to have a bad series. So I think he can definitely carry the Knicks offense. And then with Cat, I think Cat can really be a great threat as a shooter, especially if he has Hartenstein on him, because Hartenstein isn't the fastest, so maybe he can do pick and pops, pop out to the 3-point line, get a 3-point shot. But then again, if he has Chet on him, he can really be super aggressive, get in the paint. Chet is really skinny and his lower body is messed up because he broke his hip earlier in the season. So if Cat can get in the paint, get aggressive, post him up, get easy buckets inside, I think Cat can really be effective. He also gets a lot of driving layups, aggressive driving layups. He sometimes draws fouls on those layups. So if he can do that, I really think that would be great for the Knicks and help them generate easy offense. Also, Brunson draws a lot of fouls too. So So if he can draw a lot of fouls, get some free throws, it's free offense for the Knicks basically. And then I think in this series, if they do make it to the finals, I think Tibbs, he will maybe game plan differently and find a way to kind of hide Brunson, at least. Maybe not Cat, because Cat is the center. He's going to have to anchor the defense regardless. But with the perimeter defenders they have, I think Tibbs might make a game plan to try to get the perimeter defenders to kind of hide Brunson and maybe just put Brunson on the Thunder's worst offensive player on the court to make the defense better and not have him be attacked every play by whoever has the ball. And I think if they do that, then they can do a much better job defensively on the Thunder. And then again, like, they also it's really just an effort thing on defense. Like, they, in game 5 against the Pacers, they played great defense against them. Like, they were getting stops, they were getting steals, they were overwhelming the Pacers. I told you how Holly had a horrible game. Honestly, no one on the Pacers really had a great game, and that was really all because of effort, especially Mitchell Robinson. Like, Mitchell Robinson, he's really known as an interior defender, but he was really guarding on the perimeter, like trapping people, forcing them on the baseline, causing turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mitchell Robinson is doing a great idea. A great job on defense. He has a lot of length. He's super long. He's like 7 feet, 7'1". So he can do a great job on the Thunder, especially. And I think big defenders like him, if you just put big bodies on players like J-Dub, maybe if that can slow them down, I'm not sure. But I honestly don't know how the matchups are going to look. I think they might put OG on Shea though. OG can really do a good job on Shea, but as I was saying, like, Shea's still going to get an efficient, like 28 to 35 points every game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to play great defense too. So it's going to be hard to stop a team like that, and especially a star player like that. That's a two-way player and gets to his spot regardless. Works from the mid-range. And then there's like, it's just so hard to stop the Thunder. Like, they have so many ways to beat you, and even if all else fails, they'll just give the ball to Shea, and that's really how the Knicks play. The offense really runs through Brunson on the Knicks. Like, there's not really any creators except for Cat, I guess, on the Knicks, and Mikal maybe. The only creator on there is Brunson, so he generates a lot of their offense. But I think, once again, just like the Pacers, the Knicks are going to have those role player games where a role player goes off for, let's say, 37 points. They get like 6 threes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that Mikal Bridges can definitely have one of those games. We've seen him be this type of player in the past when he was on the Nets. He was scoring a lot, you know what I'm saying? Hitting threes. He was doing a lot defending. Like, he can be that type of player, and I think if he turns up in the finals for the Knicks, it'll give them a much better chance to beat a team like the Thunder. Definitely need those type of games. I think OG Anunoby can maybe have a breakout game. Josh Hart, we've seen Josh Hart have those type of games, triple doubles, 15 rebounds. Like, we've seen Josh Hart go off and stuff. OG Anunoby, he can also have a really good game. Even people off the bench like Deuce McBride, maybe we can have like a solid performance from DeLon Wright, Landry Shamet. Like, we've been seeing them give minutes. Mitchell Robinson, I've already talked about Mitchell Robinson. He can have a great defensive game. Even drop some points on offense. I don't know what Mitchell Robinson is going to do on the offensive side of the ball, but he's a great defender. He's been showing that, especially if he gives more effort on the defensive side of the ball. The Knicks have a lot of players, and I really think the Knicks, like, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think anyone coming out of that series has a chance against the Thunder, but I think the Knicks could push it to 6, especially if we have explosive games from Jalen Brunson, and like I was saying, a role player game, maybe if they take advantage of that, like a role player scoring a lot of points and Brunson scoring a lot of points, you get a solid game from Cat. I think they could definitely beat the Thunder a couple times. I go OKC in 6 personally, but it could definitely be OKC in 5. It just depends on how Brunson is playing throughout the whole series, what their role players give to them, how Cat is defending and scoring, and how they maintain Shea scoring. It all depends on those things if the Knicks actually do push the series or anything. But I think regardless, it's a Thunder win whoever they play. Like, regardless of who they play, the Thunder are going to win the finals, in my opinion. That's all I got for today, though, man. You know, Thunder in 5. That's what I'll give y'all. Thunder in 5. That's what I'm gonna end with. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time, yo.